Hello, everyone, anyone. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. I appreciate all of you who come and hang out a bit. So today we're here for Tupac Unconditional Love, another highly, highly suggested song. And y'all, Patreon link is in the description. There are some Patreon exclusive Tupac reactions up right here, right now, if y'all are interested in that. So what I pulled was a music video. It doesn't look like an official video, but the alternative is just having the audio. So hopefully I've got the right thing here. All right, Tupac, Unconditional Love.
Y'all want unconditional love. Talking about the stuff that don't wear off, it don't fade. Now it lasts for all these crazy days, these crazy nights. Whether you wrong or you right, I'ma still love you, still feel you, still there for you, no matter what. With unconditional love. Listen to my truest thoughts, my truest feelings. All my peers doing years beyond drug dealing. How many caskets can we witness before we see it's hard to live this life without God? So we must ask forgiveness. Ask mama why I got this urge to die. Witness the tears falling free from my eyes before she could reply. For we were born without a silver spoon. My broken down TV show cartoons in my living room. One day I hope to make it a player in this game. Mama, don't cry long as we try. Maybe things change. Perhaps it's just a fantasy. A life where we don't need no welfare wish with our own family. Maybe it's me that caused it. The fighting and the hurting in my room crying. Cause I didn't want to be a burden. Watch mama open up her arms to hug me. And I ain't worried about a damn thing. With unconditional love. This game visions in your eyes to see. Though things change, the future's still inside of me. We must remember that tomorrow comes after the dark. So you will always be in my heart. Unconditional love. The lessons in your eyes to see. Though things change, the future's still inside of me. We must remember that tomorrow comes after the dark. So you will always be in my heart. With unconditional love. Just got the message you've been calling all week.
Ooh. Man, there's just something about his voice that just goes right to the heart, right to the soul. I mean, I feel like in this first bit, he's talking about unconditional love between mother and child. With his mother, talking about wishing for, a day where things are more positive, not such a struggle. And oh man, that there was like mention of him staying up in his room because he didn't want to be a burden. But everything's all right with that unconditional love. And that is such a powerful message because true unconditional love is rare, folks. It is. A lot of times in relationships, we love as long as people behave a certain way, right? Adhere to the contract of the relationship. Certain expectations are on that relationship, and expectations are conditional. That doesn't necessarily mean you wouldn't love the person if they broke a bond or broke a vow. You could still love them, but there is a difference between that romantic love and the love between a parent and a child. It's a special love, and it is unconditional. You hope the best for them, you want the best for them. You try to teach them and guide them. But at the end of the day, whatever, you got to send them out into the world, and whatever they do, you're going to love them. At least most parents, or hopefully most parents, feel that way. And I want to back it up just a little bit here. Yeah, because I wanted to hear that. Because, man, that's a powerful line. Although things change, the future is still inside of me. Like, my future is not predetermined. My future is what I make it. It's inside of me. I wanted to hear that too. You must remember that tomorrow comes after the dark. Or he may have said dawn, but tomorrow comes after the dark. I mean, it's just so powerful. And I mean, it's just his voice as well. I mean, if somebody else were delivering this, I don't know if I would feel as impacted by it. I'm just being honest. I mean, no disrespect to anybody who may have covered this, but there's just something about his voice. Okay, let's keep going.
The future's still inside of me. You must remember that tomorrow comes after the dark, so you will always be in my heart. Unconditional love, the lessons in your eyes to see. Though things change, the future's still inside of me. We must remember that tomorrow comes after the dark, so you will always be in my heart. With unconditional love. Just got the message you've been calling all week. Been out here hustling on these streets, ain't had a chance to speak. But you know, with you and me, it's all G. We could never be enemies, cause you've been such a good friend to me. Where would I be without my dogs? No wonder why when times get hard, cause it ain't easy being who we are. Driven by my ambitions, desire higher positions, so I proceed to make G eternally. And my mission is to be more than just a rap musician. The elevation of today's generation, if I can make them listen. Prison ain't what we need, no longer.
Sorry, I'll go back. So now I feel like he's talking about unconditional love between friends that you might even like consider as close as family, that type of friendship, that type of bond. He's like, hey, we may have our problems, or, you know, we may have our disagreements, but it's always all good because it's unconditional love. But then, wow, he throws in that line about how he's not trying to just be a rap musician. He's trying to elevate society if they'll hear me, he says. And I mentioned in my last video here on YouTube, you know, what a talent. And imagine what music we might have. Imagine what a voice he may have been for community or for society. And there was a comment on that video of what an activist he was, what a influence he was just in his lifetime. And I believe the person said, and I apologize, I don't want to say the name because I don't know that that person wants to be called out like that. But that person said, you know, we could be here for 10 years talking about everything that he did in the background. And so he wasn't just talking the talk, he was walking the walk too in his lifetime. And may his soul rest in peace. And I mean, it's just tragic, just tragic.
To make G eternally, and my mission is to be more than just a rap musician. The elevation of today's generation, if I can make them listen. Prison ain't what we need, no longer stuck in greed. Time to plan, strategize. My family's got it me. We're winning something out of nothing. No pleasure in the suffering neighborhood will be good. They can cut out all the busting, the liquor and the weed, the cussing. Send their love out to my block. The struggle never stops. Unconditional in your eyes to see. Though things change, the future's still inside of me.
I feel like my interpretation is we need to get the hate off the streets. We need to start showing love in the streets. I feel like that's what he's saying, and y'all can educate me if I'm wrong. He's like, that shit ain't what we need. And then there was that line of making something out of nothing. And that's the drive, right? Many of us have it, some people don't, but that drive to do something, be something, whatever it is, make a difference in some way, shape, or form. And then on the flip side of that, making something out of nothing in terms of, I gotta find a way to make my way in this world. I have to provide. I have to pay my bills. I have to keep a roof over my head. I have to feed my child. That sort of thing, making something out of nothing. And I can relate to both of those concepts in a different way, but I mean, just making something out of nothing.
And the weed, the cussing, sending love out to my block. The struggle never stops. Unconditional in your eyes to see. Though things change, the future's still inside of me. We must remember that tomorrow comes.
Love that.
So you will
Love that.
be in my heart. Unconditional love. The lessons in your eyes to see. Though things change, the future's still inside of me. We must remember that tomorrow comes after the dark. So you will always be in my heart. With unconditional, I probably never understand your ways. With every day, I swear I hear you trying to change your ways while getting paid at the same time. Just had a baby with the same eyes, something inside. Piece of me died, these are strange times. How come I never made it? Maybe it's the way I played it in my heart. I know one day I gotta be a star. My hopes and all my wishes, so many vivid pictures, and all the currency I'll never even get to see. This fast life soon shatters, cause after all the lights and screens, nothing but my dreams matter. Hoping for better days, maybe a peaceful night, baby don't cry, cause everything gon' be alright. Just lay your head on my shoulder, don't worry about a thing, baby girl, I'm a soldier. Never treated me bad, no matter who I was, you still came with that unconditional love.
Oh, so now I almost feel like he switched it again to relationship, partnership, love. And that feeling of unconditional love, like, hey, this person accepts me for all that I am, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's special when you can find that. And I also love that line where he's like on stage and he says, when the screams die down, it's my dream that matters. It's like, this is great. I love that y'all are enjoying this. I love that maybe I'm making some headway with my music, but I got bigger things going on inside of me. The future is inside of me. I love this. Oh, wow. I mean, like I said, there's just something about his voice that just goes right to my heart, right to my soul, and I get chills just. But at least with what I've heard so far, which isn't a lot, it seems like this man really had a message and a mission. And I feel like this song had like 3 different parts, and I could be misinterpreting, but like love between mother and child, parent and child, love between friends that you got that deep bond with, and then intimate partnership love with that person that accepts you just the way you are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And throughout the chorus, he's saying, you'll always have a special place in my heart, like to all of those people. It's unconditional love. And he takes it to the level of society where, you know, these things that are happening outside, that's not what we need. What we need is more love out there. And I mean, I'm just, you know, speechless as I so often am, because when you have that kind of love in your life, you need to nurture it, give it attention, and appreciate it, because it's rare, y'all. It's rare. Man, I loved everything about this. And he is just amazing. I mean, that's not even an appropriate word. And it's just tragic. And may he rest in peace. Wow. Thank y'all so much for that suggestion. Oh, I loved everything about that. Oh, right to the soul. And makes you evaluate things, doesn't it? Makes you evaluate and appreciate and show that love back in return, more so. Be a friend would want to have. But, I don't know. I'm going to start rambling because it's just such a powerful message. So thank y'all so much for the suggestion. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.